Hey, what's up guys? This is Expert Tiger representing the Two Raging Noobs, and today I've got some sniper gameplay for you guys. I'm using the X6.338, I believe that's what it's called, and I'm using the Viney Pro as my secondary, and I'm using the Frontline class just because as a first tier, so pretty much first tier. What I mean by that is your level 10 to 19. Okay, so you haven't gotten the second tier perks yet, and I believe that the Frontline has the best perks for first tier. It has the chess piece one, which I think it's called like military tactician, or it's something along those lines, and that is what I use the most. Privilege is also quite good, because it usually gives you quite an advantage against the other people in your first tier, because you always know where someone is, and it's like a permanent integrated radar on that one person. So that's really nice. It also gives you a little bit of a boost at the beginning, but I still think the other one, basically what it does is it makes getting support, military support, one less kill, which is actually really nice with recon aircraft, because recon aircraft makes sniping so much easier. Okay, like there, quick scoping, or actually I think I no scope him right there after I injure him. But quick scoping, if you basically the way you quick scope is you get someone into the center of your screen, and you quickly press aim and fire at sort of like the same time, one right after the other. And what this does is, since if you no scope, like if no scope was a one-shot kill, I'm sure it'd be a lot more popular. But no scoping actually is more of a two-shot kill. So basically what quick scope does is it gives you a scope to sort of zoom in on them, and then if you fire, it's a one-shot kill almost 99% of the time. If you hit their feet or close to the lower portions of their body, it's not a one-shot kill. It's usually a two-shot kill. But anywhere else, pretty much, if you hit their head, if you hit anywhere on their upper body, it is a one-shot kill, and that is the most common place you're going to hit someone with a sniper. So yeah, so quick scoping is a lot of fun. This gun is so much fun to use. I've got to say, it might be the most fun gun to use, simply because it's quick scoping. I mean, you feel like you feel really awesome when you quick scope people like that. I just it's just so cool to me, It's just like, whoa, it's such a fast kill, like that too. I mean, you feel really, really awesome when you quickscope. So I would definitely recommend getting this gun over the Sasser too, because the Sasser is not. I used it a couple times against my friends, and I really didn't like it. It's too, I don't know. It's a way too slow of a kill. Okay, it doesn't have very high damage, and it's not very accurate. One thing it does have going for it is its range is absolutely superb, but this gun, I feel, is even a lot cheaper than the Sasser and a lot better. Okay, you can do a lot better with this gun. The best way to use the Sasser is to just camp around in one spot on, say, like alert on one of the sides and wait for people. With this gun, it's a very multi-purpose gun. There's a lot of ways you can play it. You can play it running around, sort of like I camp around a little bit. I find the best place in a map where it has the most sort of thin hall type spaces, you know what I'm saying, which are very good for snipers. But anyway, so this gun is really good. So yeah, so just find that sort of place, and then I just try to like camp around it a little bit. Not stay there the whole time. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. It gets boring. But anyway, and also it's not very easy for quick scoping. You generally have to hard scope if you're gonna camp like that. But if you're just running around like this, you might want to think about moving, after say a minute, if you're not finding kills, if you're not getting, people running your way, then you're gonna obviously want to start thinking about moving positions. But so yeah, this gun is really awesome. I love using it. Even a lot of people only use this gun in private matches, or in custom, I mean. But I enjoy using it in XP matches. It makes it's a lot more invigorating. You're not only practicing, but you're giving yourself sort of a disadvantage and when you quick scope people, it's a lot of fun. So even scoping like that, someone's shooting at you and you're like, ha ha ha, I gotcha, So anyway, this gun is tons of fun to use. I don't know how many times I've said that, but it is true. It holds true. How many ever times I have said that, that is how much fun it is, and I am sure I'll say it more in this video, because this gun is just ridiculously fun. It reminds me a lot of the M4A03. That gun was in Modern Combat 2. That gun was also a ton of fun to quickscope and even hardscope. That gun was actually quite OP, quite overpowered. But this gun isn't as nearly as overpowered, for one thing. And another thing, sometimes it's not quite very accurate, especially if you're at long range. Right here, I was just doing terrible right here. My controls were freaking out on me because I was on display recorder, and I'm not going to blame everything on display recorder, of course. That's ridiculous. This right there was pretty bad, but bad things happen. No gameplay is perfect. So yeah, but I'm going to start playing with this gun probably a lot more. This and the Jolt 7 MP. I mean, as soon as I started making videos, I just discovered some awesome guns because I was like, you know what, I should probably test these out because I don't want to be always using the UFIA for these guys. I mean, that'd be ridiculous, right? You don't learn anything about new guns and stuff. So I tested out I test out these new guns, or these not really new, but guns that I haven't really been too experienced with before, and turns out I'm having a lot more fun than I thought I might have been, because I thought I was going to be a bad sniper or little gun user, whatever it is. So anyway, that is pretty much all I have to say. This gun is a ton of fun to use. I definitely recommend buying it and getting experience. So yeah, peace out.